Hi, my name is Stevie Chow. I'm a contemporary artist from Canada. Well, we're talking about my art. We're talking about this series that I've been working on that's been kind of like building this whole year, that essentially is kind of like my personal journal of what this year has been. It's kind of my first year as a full-time artist, and this is really the representation of what that has looked like throughout the year. The overarching theme of all of my pieces is to create positive prompts to combat like the noisy world that we live in, especially considering, a lot of art ends up in our most intimate areas, whether that's our homes or an office place or a bedroom or whatever. We spend so much time in the world that feeds off of defining and identifying things in measurable ways and valuing each individual based off of their external wealth. That along with all of this noise that is always challenging our own sense of self-worth, I believe now more than ever it's extremely important to have prompts around us in these spaces that really remind us of our own value and our inherent value and the worth that we already possess and the things that truly matter beyond the material realm. Simple truths that are so easy to forget about in our busy lives. As far as how my art fits into culture, especially moving forward, it's been an ongoing practice to remind myself that my place as an artist within culture is really up to culture itself. And my role as an artist is more to just create what I feel will propagate the most value into the world in a positive, optimism-inducing way. And beyond that, whether it's accepted or not is really up to culture. And as an artist, I think my role is to just do my best to put as much effort as I can into creating something that people can generate value from. These pieces were really birthed from wanting to continue to lean into removing myself from the actual focus of the art. So it's less about the focus on the skill of what my hands are doing and more focused on what is evoked in the viewer. Again, that's the similar through line, and kind of leaning on using material desire as a backdrop. So using money and shiny objects and gold as kind of what draws you into the piece, which is kind of what we're fed, and then having that reflected back to us through like a quote that's more insightful of what truly matters to the individual. I think the thing that I love about using money as a form of art is that it's the great amplifier. It'll amplify the amount of good you can do, it'll amplify the amount of creativity that you can propagate into the world, but it can also amplify the amount of lack that we feel, the amount of scarcity that we feel. It can also amplify the amount of damage that we can do to the world. So I think money symbolizes one of the greatest tools that we've created, and potentially also one of the most damaging. My art started to gain some recognition this year through the Red Heart series, which is a style that really started to develop through a series of murals that I did early on. To me, that's more about just like tapping into like my childlike play and really letting that subconscious mind kind of just come through. So they're really done in one or two sessions, and just I kind of just like let it flow, and whatever comes up. And a lot of it is just like accessing what is coming through and what I'm referencing in that now moment. So I love that series because it really does a great job at kind of encapsulating what I was thinking of on that day, on that week, what I was reading, who I've been talking to, and so on like that. Ultimately, I think it's up to others to decide if this is being shown or not, But really what my intention is, and what I'd like to be demonstrated through my art and through my own way of being, is just an openness and a willingness to lean in and be vulnerable. That it's okay to be vulnerable, that it's okay to try things on and realize that maybe it's not the right thing, and then try again. And what I want to come through my art and through me is the fact that it's okay to be human, and just exactly how you are in the eyes of God is already divine and perfect, and everything else is extra. Whatever your God is.